Jackie. I am currently in Vegas for the weekend for Clexacon, and it's going to be great. It's going to be a very busy weekend of panels and perhaps meet and greets and photo ops, but starting with tonight, it is Thursday. I'll be going to a Blue Man Group show at 7 p.m. so I'm very excited about that. But before that, I'm going to head downstairs to the pool for the pool takeover for Clexacon. Okay, so I just got back to the hotel room from the Blue Man Group show, and it was amazing. I did the behind the scenes thing. So I got this lanyard, and you also get a gift. I chose this key thing. The show was amazing. It was really, really fun. I went by myself, but I still had a great time. You don't need to go with anyone to that show because it's perfect for anyone. So when I saw the show in 2015, some of the things they did back then are still done today. So it was nice to see that all again. Fun story. For the behind the scenes, there were supposed to be 3 people that went on the tour, but 2 of them never showed up, so I was myself. It was great. There were photos and videos, and I was able to play some of the stuff they had. But I thought this was a very special experience, and I'm really glad that I chose to go. And I also wanted to show you my view, my hotel room view. It's not very great, but it's a room. So here's a view from the room. You have the parking lot for the hotel, and I believe this stuff is the ceiling of the convention center. And you can't really tell right now just because it's dark, but over there is actually the airport. But yeah, that's my first day here in Vegas, 2018. I'll check back in tomorrow on the first day of all the main panels and events of Clexacon. So today was the first day of Clexacon, or at least the main events. It was a lot of fun. I went to a lot of panels. I went to every time slot there was except for one of them because I needed to eat, and 10 minutes between panels is not enough time to eat. So I took that time and got food, but it was great. I went to the Asian panel, so gay Asian representation in the media, and then I also went to the queer woman of color representation in the media panel. Those are my main 2 favorites of today. I also really enjoyed the Wynonna Earp panel, except it was really full and I was at a different panel that I didn't want to leave early to because it would be rude. So I went into the Wynonna one late, and it was really full. The room was just full, so they set up a TV outside the room and had the speakers on so you could still hear what was going on inside, and everyone's just sitting on the floor standing around watching the TV because there was no way you could enter the room because it was super full. Oh, something I haven't mentioned is Chloe from the Asian panel, and she's also in the queer woman of color panel. She's really nice, and I got to talk to her, and she's like, "Oh, I remember you from last year." I kept running into her throughout the day. It was really nice. She's really nice, and it's nice to see someone who is educated on something or really knowledgeable on something and be able to relate and have a conversation about the topic of representation media, of not just woman of color or queer woman of color, but also Asian specifically, because last year there was a panel that was queer woman of color, but that was the only panel that had anything to do with of color, basically. So this year they've added more, so there's a Latinx one and there's an Asian one, but there's definitely way more than just queer woman of color. It was also today, which is way better than on Sunday when everyone's flying out, and it was in the big main hall. So there was a lot more space for people to come in and listen and ask questions, because last year it was on Sunday, it was in one of the smaller panel rooms, so super crowded, and everyone wanted stuff to say, but they couldn't because time ran out. So being in the bigger panel this year made it better, made more sense, because that's what people want. They just did a better job with that this year, I would say. Today's Saturday of Clexacon 2018, and it's been a very good day. I started off the day very early. I showed up at around 8 and went to a scholarship photo op that was at 8:30, and it was really cool because there weren't that many people who showed up, even though there's more than, let's say, 50. I think it's closer to 100 people that received scholarship this year to attend Clexacon, but not everyone showed up. There's like around 10 to 15 people who actually showed up. I was one of them, and it was a great experience because I actually made new friends at the photo op. We took the photo on the main stage, so it's really cool to actually walk in there when the whole place is empty, and I was able to take a photo from the stage and see what it's like to be up on the stage looking at the entire main hall. So it was very cool. And then we like hung out around the convention before doors even opened, so we got to really know each other, even though most of the people that were there for the photo op had left to wait in line, but we just stood around and like trying to see what was going to happen, and they let us stay, and they so we just like hung out and met new friends through that. So the first panel I attended today was One Day at a Time. It was amazing. Isabella Gomez was there, Gloria and Mike, who are writers and or showrunners for the show, but they were both at the panel, and it was a very good panel. I loved that panel. It's very nice. It's very nice to see more representation in the media and on Netflix, because sometimes you go online and you just like go on Netflix and like there's nothing there to watch. But One Day at a Time is amazing, and they got renewed for season 3, so that's very exciting. And then after that there was the Way Hot panel, but obviously there was no way I was going to get in because it's super busy. So I went to a smaller panel. It was the It Takes a Village, Allies in the Media. And it was a great panel. It wasn't very full because everyone was way hot, but I love attending smaller panels because I feel like I learn more from them, and I actually take notes in those panels because I want to look back and be like, oh yeah, someone said this. Sometimes I write down quotes, sometimes I write down main points that they've made. So it's very useful for me to attend smaller panels, and it's also a chance for me to speak to the panelists afterwards. I came back to the con after lunch. I went to the queer black representation in the media. That was also a really good panel. Really good panelists, of course. After that, I went to a big panel. It was Behind the Badge, Alex Danvers. So this panel is for Alex Danvers from Supergirl. It's a very good panel.
Please welcome to the stage everyone's favorite ass-kicking CEO agent,
my kids do every morning. Like no children as me.
Kyler is very nice and she's very sweet. She answered questions, and I thought everything she said was amazing. She also had a beer on stage, so that was like a funny moment that kept happening. She talked about Samverse, which a lot of people have mixed opinions on. Either the relationship itself or the ending of the relationship and how things has happened. But One thing that she said at the end of the panel for what she wants if Alex were to be in another relationship is that the next person that gets the part should make sure it's the right person. So she'll be auditioning the people and make sure it's the one for Alex, and that person will stay on the show no matter what. So that person will not leave, like Maggie had to leave the show. It's very nice to know that Kyler is very supportive and wants to make sure that Alex will be happy because she cares about Alex very much. It's almost time, or it is time for dinner because I'm hungry and it's late. It's 7 p.m. or 7:30, I don't know. And there is a party at 10 p.m. so we get ready for that. We also have to eat. But I really want In-N-Out and I don't want to walk. Today has been amazing and I can't wait for the party and see what happens because I've never done that before. And tomorrow's gonna be amazing. I believe I will be meeting Isabella Gomez from One Day at a Time, so that'll be a great experience. Tomorrow should be an easier day because I believe I have more free time between the panels. It's because I won't be attending everything because it's the last day. So I want to make sure I have enough time to do the things I want because for today and yesterday I always put panels first. So I want to make sure that tomorrow I'm able to get everything else that I wanted done. Tomorrow there is the Queer Women of Color meetup, so I'm looking forward to that. And then I fly home. So this has been a very amazing weekend and I can't wait for more. Very sad, mixed feelings about it being over. So yeah. I'm about to get ready for the party, but I wanted to add a few things before I'm like officially done vlogging for today. Maybe I'll vlog later. I don't know after the party. But one, I had Shake Shack for the first time in my life. I was hoping I'll get In-N-Out, but Shake Shack was closer. Second thing, I was gonna say this earlier, but I keep forgetting. I'm very disappointed in this hotel. Why? Because they don't have HGTV on the TV. Last year at the hotel that I stayed at here in Vegas have HGTV, but this year this one doesn't. I'm like, what is HGTV? Is my go-to like channel? What am I supposed to watch? So I'm watching TLC. The only thing that has been playing on TLC is old reruns of Trading Spaces, and I used to watch a long time ago, but I wasn't watching it like all the time because at that time I wasn't into interior design and like or really care about HGTV because I don't know, now I am, but because I don't really watch Trading Spaces, I have no idea what the concept of the show is. I wish they had better channels, is basically what I'm saying. Third thing, I've been meaning to make this joke or pun or like, I don't know, say this when I first arrived, but it's Saturday, which is second to last day / my last full day. I wanted to say this when I first arrived, which was welcome to my city, Sin City, because my last name is Sin. So this is technically my Sin City because Vegas is Sin City. Anyway, that's all. So it's currently Friday night, the following week after Clexacon. I realized I never ended this vlog because I just didn't have time to end it, and I feel like it needs to be ended so I can actually turn this vlog into something. My cat's currently staring at me while I'm vlogging. I think he's very confused by what is happening because I don't think he knows what vlogging is. But Sunday was great. Actually spent Sunday meeting people rather than going to panels. I spent the majority of Sunday meeting people and getting autographs and hanging out with friends rather than going to panels just because I felt like I've been paneled out, if that's even a word. But I've also just been to the panels that I really wanted to over the weekend. I feel like I was satisfied with the amount of panels I've attended and the panels that I attended. So I actually don't think I went to a single panel on Sunday, but I did go to a meetup, which was the Queer Women of Color meetup. It was mostly people that I'd seen from previous Queer Women of Color panels. It was really just them talking about their thoughts and their feelings from the weekend and the industry and media and all that stuff in general. We took some time to share our projects, to promote ourselves basically, and network with each other. It was really nice to have this official meetup because last year that did not exist, and a meetup that actually happened was an unofficial one that people put on because they felt like they weren't getting what they wanted and they felt the need to make a panel or make a meetup happen, but it was on the last day, so I wasn't able to attend last year. But this time there is a meetup set up right in the schedule, officially in the Clexacon schedule. So I did attend the meetup, and it was early in the day, so I didn't feel like I was going to miss it if I had been on a flight. It gave me plenty of time to go to this compared to last year, so it's very nice to be able to attend the Queer Woman of Color meetup this year. That was really the only thing I attended on Sunday. The rest of the time was just hanging out with my new friends and waiting in line, getting autographs, doing last minute things that I hadn't done. So it was very nice to, I guess, get that in there on the final day. There wasn't really much else that happened besides that for Sunday. Went to the airport, normal stuff, traveled home, so it wasn't anything special besides the one meetup I went to and then autographs and friends on Sunday. My main thoughts for the weekend was, first, I wish it was longer, and also wish the panels were longer because 50 minutes isn't enough, because by the time the panelists and the moderators have done talking and it's time for Q&A, it's usually when the 50-minute mark is up, or there's more stuff to talk about, but they needed to cut their conversation short so they can answer Q&As from people who are attending. And so I wish that the panels were longer because I really would like to hear everything that they have to say. Besides panels being too short and wishing them they're longer, I think everything went pretty well. As always, it would be nice to have it built in lunchtime rather than sacrificing a panel or event for lunch. My plans for the future regarding Clexacon is hoping to actually stay in Vegas longer so that I can spend more time with people, because this year I went solo, so I went and met a lot of friends, but everyone left after I did, so I felt like I was missing out on a lot of stuff. So next year I would like to see myself to leave later and arrive earlier just so I have more time to get situated and be able to spend time with friends so I don't feel as sad about leaving, because Vegas is Vegas. A lot of stuff goes on and there's just so much you want to do, but there's only so little time. So hopefully next year I get more time in Vegas so I can do more of what I want. But overall, I think this past weekend at Clexacon was amazing. I miss it a lot. I miss my new friends. I wish I was still in Vegas. I've been going back to school and it's very hard on me, but it's just been a very great weekend. Wish I was still there. Normal life is very hard to get back into after such a great weekend. But that's all I really have to say, so hopefully I'll see you all soon. Be on the lookout for new projects for Redefining Gays, this channel, this production company. But remember, always support art and media by those who are underrepresented, such as the LGBTQ community and people of color, because those are never represented enough. So make sure you support those and support us if you support us, and have a good day.